First, I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which I'm standing, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present. Well, Wednesday the 15th of August 1945 saw a grey and chilly winter's day dawning in Melbourne. That morning, Victorians, whether at home or at work, were waiting and hoping to learn of the Japanese surrender in the Pacific. In the event, it came a little earlier than anticipated, when at 9:30 a.m. Prime Minister Chifley made the announcement, "Fellow citizens, the war is over." Many of us today have no direct recollection of that morning, nor of the hard years that had preceded it. No direct recollection of the deep sadness that had rippled through communities, with loved ones lost, injured, or held as prisoners of war. No recollection of the fear with battles on our doorstep and enemy bombings on our home soil, nor of the sacrifices, including by those at home. Many of us can only imagine the emotions of that August morning: elation that the war was finally ending, but enduring heartache for the heavy cost. 3/4 of a century has now passed, but the significance of the 15th of August 1945 still resonates with us. We're still in awe of the courage of those who served, and we still grieve for those who did not return or who've carried the heavy burden of their injury or imprisonment. And we certainly appreciate what they fought for, the ideals and the protections. Across the decades, of course, much has changed, but our values have not. This difficult year has shown us that in the sharpest possible focus. Our Australian Defence Force has, in a different context, modelled what grit, commitment, care and service look like as they've stepped up here at home in the bushfires and in the pandemic, wherever and however they've been asked to serve. And when we see them in action here, we know that the values that their forebears fought for are certainly not consigned to history. And we know that when we look to the most important group amongst us on this anniversary. Although naturally it's a source of disappointment that we can't gather together today, we feel a particular sadness that we can't be with that now small group of courageous men and women who, unlike the many of us, were indeed a part of what we reflect upon. Those who served in World War II, who sacrificed for us. My last words today are reserved specifically for you. We thank you. We hope you feel proud of what you've done for us. And we hope that in turn, in our values and in our actions, we can make you feel proud of us. And please know that we have learned from your example and that we will remember.